Hello everybody, welcome to my YouTube channel. In this tutorial we have another full stack project which is called Pet Store, and this project uses React18, ASP.NET Core 7 Web API, and also we are using TypeScript on our frontend project. Let's see what is the solution architecture in this tutorial. Again, we have a user, and this user have interact with a frontend project which is React 18, and also it uses TypeScript. And on the backend side, we have an ASP.NET Core Web API project which uses .NET 7 version, and the frontend project interacts with our backend project using HTTP requests, and it follows REST API roles. And also we have a database which is Microsoft SQL Server, and our backend uses this database through an ORM, which in this tutorial we are using Entity Framework Core. Let's see what we will see inside of this tutorial. On the backend project, we will see a bunch of features and topics like how to use entities and use Dtos, context, ORM, and different type of HTTP methods, how to use Swagger, and also as a bonus we will take a look at Postman and how we can use Postman, and also we can see what is Postman Collections and how we can use them. And on our front-end project, we have a bunch of topics like sending a state while redirecting the user to different pages, and routing and nested routing, which is an important topic in React Rotterdam. We use the useState hook and also useEffect hook, and also we will show an alert which is created by Suite Alert version 2 when we create, edit or delete a video, and by using this alert we show our user that something happened. And also we have the confirmation on deleting our products to be sure that nothing is deleted unintentionally. And also we will create an elegant, beautiful and fully responsive navbar together, and you can see that how easily we can create such a great fully responsive navbars. Also we will take a look at TypeScript interface, and we use interface in TypeScript, and also we see that what is the partial in TypeScript, and we use an interface as a partial one. Also we will use Axios, we will use Sass, and we'll use mixins, and also we use moment package for handling our data and our time. And let's continue, and before implementing our project, let's take a look at the demo of our project and what is the product of this tutorial. So let's take a look at it. So this is the Swagger version of our backend project, which is an .NET Core Web API. So you can see that we have 5 different HTTP methods. One of them is post for creating a new product, and one of them is get all, so it will gives us an array of all of our products. And we have this get with an /id, which gives an id and give us the product with that id. And we have a put method to update a product with its id, and also we have a delete method to delete one product using its id. And you can see that this is full CRUD functionalities inside of our backend. Also we will take a look at the Postman, and we can see that how we can send requests, and we create this collection inside of this tutorial, and you will be familiar with the Postman collections and how useful they are. And also let's take a look at our final version of front-end project. You can see that we have this beautiful kitten here, and this is the, you can see that this is the home of our project. This is the root slash of our project, and this is my home. And also I have products row, and here I have this beautiful table for all of my products with its title, brand, creation time and update time, and I can use all of them here. And also I have add products. For example, I can add a test 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 for my brand, and also this is a title and this is a brand for my new product. And if I save, you can see that it showed me a beautiful alert, and it says that product created successfully. Okay, and it is here on top of our list because our list are uh, here organized by its update time decreasingly. And this was at product. Let's take a look at edit. For example, let's edit this one with this sample title and sample brand. If I click on this edit, you can see that I'm coming to /product/edit/id. And if I change this to 1, 2, 3, and again this to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and say save, it says product updated successfully, and it will move to the top of our list. You can see that its creation time is 3 hours ago, but its update time is a few seconds ago, and that's so good. So our update is working. Let's take a look at delete. For example, I want to delete this one, and by clicking we are going to /products/delete/ its ID, which is 11, and they are red, so we are seeing this is red and it shows that it's deleting, so be aware. So it says that, are you sure you want to delete this product? If I say yes, delete, it will be deleted, and if I click back, nothing will happen, but I want to delete, so I say yes, delete it. Product deleted successfully. Let's delete another one to test. Okay, and again delete. Okay, you can see that all of them delete are working. And let's go back to the home, and you can see that we have a button to go to product list. That's good. And also let's take a look at our responsive navbar to see what it is. So you can see that here nothing is unnormal and everything is normal, but when we are going here, everything is changed, and we have this hamburger menu button here. By clicking it, and navbar will change to this side menu, and you can see that we have this close, and the home and products and add products are like this, but in regular time you can see that it is like here. So I can open them, and if I click home, you can see that I'm going to home and it will be closed automatically. And also if I click on products, I will come to this products automatically. And also if I go to add products, you can see that it closed automatically, and I'm on /product/add. So let's go to the home and close. Okay, this was the demo of final product of this video. So let's continue, and before continue, do not forget to subscribe to channel and like this video and leave some comments if you have any comment or any opinion. And by the way, if you want to see the completed codes of this tutorial and this product, it's all here inside of its GitHub repository using this address mohammedtaheri1/YouTube Pet Store React18.net, and the link of this GitHub repo will be in the description. So let's continue and implement our project. I create a new folder here and named it, let's say, Pet Store React.ts and .net, or any name you want. And I want to work inside of this folder. So let's open our Visual Studio and create a new project. I want to choose C# language, and here I type API, and you can see that I want to use ASP.NET Core WebAPI project. Let's choose next, and my project would be inside of F, and this folder with the store React is the folder I want to be the location of this project. And let's change the name to Backend. And next, .NET 7 is good for me. I want to use .NET 7. Authentication known. Yes, no, yes, yes, and no. So let's create our project and see it. So it seems that my project is created successfully. Let's see that I have weather forecast.cs, and I have this controller, which is weather forecast controller. It's a test controller. Let's run the project to see what we have now. We know that we have Swagger inside of this project. Let's try this get, and you can see that we have this array, and this is a test controller, so we don't need it, and we delete this controller. Yes, and also delete this weather forecast. Now our project is clean and we can start using our project. The first thing is we need to have relation with our database. So let's create some models and context, and then use that context, create our database. In the first step, I add a new folder and named it entities, because I want to have some entities and it's better to have folders for them. Let's create a new class inside of this entities folder, and I call this class product entity. Product entity, that's good. And here let's have some props. For example, the first one is long of ID, and I say that this is a key, so I use this annotation system that component model data annotations, and I want to use this key. Let's have a string of brand, and let's copy and paste it, and also have a title for this product, and also I want to have a date time of created at, and its default value is datetime dot now. And let's copy it and change this created at to updated at. So I have a product entity and its key is ID, and we have a brand, a title, a created at, and an updated at. So this is my product entity. And let's create a context folder. So context, and inside of it I create a new class to be my application DB context. So let's name it application DB context. That's it. And here we need to inherit from DB context. So let's install the required package. I go here to dependencies, right click on it and open NuGet package. Let's install some NuGet package and let it load completely. So the first thing is Microsoft.Entity Framework Core, and I install it. Okay, I accept. And the next thing is I want to use Microsoft.Entity Framework Core.SQL Server, so let's install it. Okay, I accept. And the final package is Microsoft.Entity Framework Core.Tools, so let's install it. Okay, I accept. So now I have access to DB context, and here I can write DB context. And if I press Ctrl dot to see the suggestions, it suggests me using Microsoft.Entity Framework Core. So let's press enter and it will import it. The next thing is we need to configure it inside of our constructor, and if you are using Visual Studio 2022 like me, you can simply press Ctrl dot and it will show you that you can generate constructor and without options. And the next thing is generate your constructor with options. Let's press enter and it generates a constructor of this application DB context and receives these options, which is type of DB context options. Let's make it generic and pass to it this application DB context, and then it will passes these options to its base, which is this DB context, and that's it. The only configuration we need here is this. Then we need to use a new prop and set a DB set of our product entity, and let's change its names to products, and that's it. Let's save it. Now our application DB context is ready and we can configure it and use it. So the next step is going to program.cs, and here we need to configure our DB. And because we need to use a connection string, it's better to define our connection string somewhere else, which is here inside of appsetting.json, like our previous tutorial. So let's do it. Let's create a new key with name of connection strings. You can see that it is already recognized, and here we have an object. So let's have a name like local and create a new connection string. So I say my server is dot because I want to use local server, and let's have a database. For example, let's say it is pet store with any name you want. I say this is React and TypeScript and dotnet. So let's say that DRTS and DB, or any name you want. It is just a simple name. And after this, we need to use our username and password to connect database. But because we are on local, we can simply say trusted underline connection equals to true. And also you saw on our previous tutorial that we may have some security issues with our server, so we can simply say trust server certificate to true, and this is the final thing we need. So our connection string is local. Let's save it and here use it. So here we simply can say that builder dot services dot add a db context, and here let's pass application db context to it, and here let's work on its options, and here we say that options dot use SQL server, and here we need to pass that connection string. And in order to use it, let's define it on the top, and we say var connection string equals to builder dot configuration dot get connection string with name of local, and we pass this connection string to our options that use SQL server. And now I think it is done, and let's check that if everything is okay or not. So let's go to the view, other windows, and package manager console, and here let's type CLS and then say add a migration of initial and press enter to see the results. Wait for it. Okay, it seems that it created, and if we go here into our solution, we can see that we have a new folder named migration, and our migration with name of initial is created. That's good. Let's send this migration to our database. I open package manager console again, press CLS, then I say update database, and let's press enter and see the result. Okay, it says that done. It seems that we don't have any problem. That's good. Let's open our Microsoft SQL Server Management Studio and see it. And let's connect. Our server name is dot. Okay. Let's check our databases. So we have the Pet Store DRTS DB, which is .NET React TypeScript DB. That's good. Let's open our tables. Here we have products, and let's design it. So we have ID, brand, title, created ad, and updated ad. That's good, and it seems that we don't have any problem, and that's so good. So let's start and work on our project. So inside of controller, I want to create a new controller and work with it. So let's add a new controller. Here I choose API controller empty, add. And here let's say that this is my products controller. Make sure to write this controller after the names you want. It's so important. And let's add. And that's it. Our controller is created successfully. And let's add a new constructor here and use our application DB context. So I create a private read-only application DB context of underline context. That's it. And we need to initialize it using constructor. But you know that we are using Visual Studio 2022 and a lot of thing is handled by its code compilation. So let's press Ctrl dot and you can see that it suggests us a lot of things like this generate constructor. Let's press this generate constructor with application DB context and it will create this constructor for us, receives this application DB context of context and assign it to our underline context, and that's it. And now we have access to our application DB context completely. Let's start our CRUD, which stands for create and read and update and delete. So we need to implement these 4 functionalities. The first thing is this create. Then we need to create read functionality, then update, and then delete. You can see that I'm trying to follow the exact CRUD functionalities here. So let's start and implement the CRUD. We start with create. So let's use annotation of HTTP post because we know that for creating it's a standard to use HTTP post. Let's create public of async. I want to use async task. It is a much more better idea to use this kind of async functions. So what will my task will return? I simply use iAction result because I don't want to return anything but a simple string. And what is the name? Create a product. And here we need to see what we are going to receive from the user or from the request. We need to let's go and see this entity again. Okay, this ID is handled by our database automatically. Also, this created add and update add will be initialized using datetime.now. We just need to use this brand and this title and give them from our user. And in these situations, it's a best practice to use Dtos. And if I open my browser and show you what is the difference of entity and DTO, let's see the response of Google. Okay, it says that entities may be part of a business domain. So we are using this entity, product entity is for our domain. But on the other hand, DTOs are used only to transfer data from one process or context to another. This is exactly what the DTO does. It is just a transfer data object. And that's it. So let's create a new DTO. I copy these 2 lines or these 2 props because I just need them. So let's create a new DTO and add a new folder for our DTOs. And here let's add a new class. So I say create update product DTO or any name you want. I simply use this name because it is so obvious. Create update product DTO. And that's it. So here we can simply use these 2 strings, brand and title, and that's it. Let's close and close this product entity. Now here inside of this post, we can simply say that from our body, we need to use exactly this DTO, create update product DTO. So let's receive it, create update product DTO of DTO. So we receive this DTO from our request and then we use it. For example, let's create a new product, var product, or let's say var new product equals to new product entity, and let's initialize it. So we don't need ID, created that, update that. We just need to handle brand. So we say brand is dto.brand, and also your title is dto.title. And that's it. Our new product will be created, and then we add this. So let's say that underline context dot products dot add, and we have add and add async. So let's choose add async. That's much more better. And let's await it. That's good. So after this, we need to save everything. So we can use await underline context dot save changes, and save changes async. I use the async one, and then we simply return an OK with just a simple string. We say product saved successfully, and that's it. So I think the post method is created and it is finished, and let's go to the next function and we will test all of them finally together after we created all of our methods. So after creating, we need to have the red functionality. So the first thing is we need to get all of them. So this is an HTTP get method, and here we create a public. Let's again use async. This async is returning a task, and let's take a look carefully here. This task will return an action result. Okay, and inside of this action result we have a list. Okay, and what is this list? This is a list of product entity. That's it. You see how easy is that? Okay, now let's say that get all products, and here we don't have any inputs, and we simply say that var products equals to underline context dot products dot to list, and we have to list and to list async. It's a good idea to use its async, as because we are using an async, we need to use await here, and then we simply return an OK response with our products. That's it. Also, let's have a get method for one of them. So let's create another HTTP get, and here let's have a route because we want to get an ID for it. So here we have this ID. We use curly braces because this is a parameter, a route parameter, and let's say we have a public async of a task. This task returns an action result. Inside this action result, we need to return just a product entity. Let's say its name is get product by ID. And here, what is our input from our route? We are receiving a long of ID. And now we need to find our product using this ID. So let's simply find it. We say var product equals to underline context dot product slot dot first or default, and we have first or default async, so it's better idea to use it. And because this is async, let's use await here, and here let's pass q, and we say that q dot id should equals to this id. And if this product equals to null, again let's see the beautiful thing in C#. We can use is. If product is null, you can simply return not found with this message, product not found, and that's it. Else you can return OK with our product. So this is the get product by ID, and you can simply see that we check if it exists, we return it, else we return not found. And you know that this not found is a status of 404, but this OK is a status of 200. You can see it here. So this is the read functionality. After this, we need to have update. So for update, we can use both HTTP put and HTTP patch. The difference is when we are updating the whole entity, we use put. But when we want to use just one or two props of it, we use a patch method. Here, we can use simply HTTP put. Let's have a route here. I can simply copy it from here because it's same like it. So I have this route, and let's say I have public async task of simply I say this is an action result. Why? Because I don't want to return anything, just I want to return a simple string. So here I can say that update product. Let's say return null and work on its input. So what is the inputs? This time we have an ID which is coming from route. So let's copy this ID from here. It is exactly this. And also we need to give the inputs from our body, that is the values that we are trying to update. So this is exactly like this post method. So let's create it here, and we say that, and from our body you need to receive a create update product Dto of Dto. And here exactly like what we did here, we need to find it, and if it doesn't exist with this ID, return not found. So let's copy this line again because it is exactly like it. It seems that we have a problem here. Okay, this is a semicolon, it should not be here, so let's paste them here. We copied this line from here, and we say that your product is await underline context dot products dot first or default async q if q.id equals to this id, and if product is null, you return not found. Else you can simply update it. How we can update it? We say that product dot, you know that we're receiving title from Dto title, and also we're receiving brand. So let's say product.brand equals to Dto.brand. After this, we updated the product that we grabbed from our database or our context. So we can simply save the changes to our database. So we can simply say that context dot save changes, or save changes async, and because it is async we use await again here. That's good. So now we can simply return an OK and say that product updated successfully, and that's it. And I think that's good. Let's go to the next part, which is delete, and work on it. So exactly like the previous, we need to have an annotation for our HTTP method is HTTP delete. And also we have a route because we need idea to delete. Let's copy this, and then we say that we have a public async, again a task. This task would return an action result again, and this task is delete product. And this time we just need to use this ID, so I copy this from here. Simply I don't need any body, I just need its ID. And so what we need to do again, we need to find the product. If it doesn't exist a product with that ID, we simply return 404, else we delete it. So exactly this business logic works here. So let's copy this and paste it here. First we find our product, which is await underline context dot products dot first or default async with q if q.id equals to this input ID which coming from our route. If product is null, we return not found, else we simply use our context dot products dot remove this product, and then we say that context dot save changes. We have save changes async, so let's use await. Then we simply return OK with this string product deleted successfully. So let's save everything. Now we implemented everything we wanted. HTTP post create product, HTTP get with get all products, HTTP get with input of ID in its route, which is get product by ID, HTTP put of update product with route input of ID, and an HTTP delete of delete product with input of route ID. So I think everything is okay. Let's check everything and see if it is working or not. In the first step, we test everything with Swagger, which is a standard way of working with our APIs, and you can see that it is inside of our ASP.NET Core WebAPI project. So let's check. The first thing is this post. Let's check our database and select top 1000 rows. Okay, it's empty for now. Let's close this one and work with our Swagger. So I post something. For example, I say your brand is, let's say, D and D, and your title is, let's say, food of cat test 1, or anything you want. So let's execute and see the results. Okay, it is 200 and response body says product saved successfully. Let's check our database, execute. Okay, everything is good. It has ID, created ad, updated ad, and this. That's good. And let's go to the here and check this yet. Okay, we have this ID 1 and it is inside of this array. We have just 1, so let's create another one. Here we say that D and G, and we say okay, dog water with salt, for example. Execute. 200, that's good. Let's check it again, execute. Okay, this time we have 2 products, and let's check here, execute. That's so good. So let's test. Okay, let's close this. Let's test the third one, API products / ID. So let's check ID of 1, execute. Okay, it finds for us. Let's 2. Okay, let's check 3. We know that ID of 3 doesn't exist, so it will return 404. That's so good. So let's check our put method, and here we say that for ID of 1, the brand is this string of test, and title is a string title test. So let's execute. It says 200 product updated successfully for ID 1. And if come here and check ID 1, it says that 1 string test title, and we have a problem, I think. Yes, you can see that created ad and updated ads are the same, but we updated it. And this update ads should be updated, but it isn't. So let's work on this. And here, inside of this HTTP put of update product, after this we need to update the updated ad field. So we say that product dot updated ad is datetime dot now. Now it will update it automatically in the time of update. Let's test it again. For example, let's see all of our functions. Okay, here we have our products. You can see that they are all the same. So I say that for ID of 1, you say string 1 and string 1. This is just for test. Brand is string 1 and title is string 1 for ID of 1. Let's check it. Okay, product updated successfully. This time it should be updated. So let's execute again. For ID 1, you can see that the time is 1:52 and 38. And here the update at is 1:55:37. And it seems that no, it is working correctly. That's so good. And let's the final one, which is this API slash product slash ID, and try it out. So I want to delete ID 2, execute. 200, product deleted successfully. Let's test it here. No, I have just on ID 1, and you can see, let's test on database. Okay, it seems it's working correctly. And also let's delete ID 1. Okay, deleted, test, deleted. This time we don't have ID 1. Let's test it. Okay, 404, and it says that product not found, and it seems that it's working correctly. Let's test something like 231, and product not found. That's so good, and it seems that all of our functions are working correctly. So we tested all our CRUD functions with our Swagger, and it seems that all of them are working correctly. Now let's check all of them with Postman and see how we can work with Postman. This is postman.com website, and you can see here that Postman has over 20 million developers that using it. It is a really great tools when you are using web APIs, and it can help you to work and manage your web APIs. So let's see it. I installed Postman on my computer. I'm using Windows, and here you can use it. It is like Swagger, but it is a more professional tool. So here you can simply using this button, you can create some requests. Let me show you here. So let's copy the URL of our API products from here and paste it and send a request, and you can see that we have a response of 200 OK and an empty array. But there is a more professional way of using Postman, which is collections. Let's close this, and here you can see that for different projects you can use different collections and it will be saved here. So let's create a new collection using this button here, and you can see that you can rename it. For example, I say it is a pet store with ASP.NET Web API, or any name you want, and that's it. You can create a request inside of this collection, and it will be inside of this and encapsulates inside of this collection. So let's create a new one, add a request, and for the name I say get all products. That's it. Let's paste our URL here and save it. Okay, no, it is saved, and our method is http get, and let's send our request. That's good. So let's close it. And we created this get all products, but its names has problems. Let's rename it get all products. And let's right click on this pet store collection and add a new request. And this is a create product. That's it. And the method is http post, and again the URL is that again, because it is like the same URL, but its http type is post, and we need to send this body. So let's see how we can send this body. So if I send this http method, it says that 415 unsupported media type. It's because we need to send a body with it. So let's go inside of this body, and here choose this raw, and from here we choose JSON. Here we can send the body. So let's create a body with a title. I say that your title is test title, and also let's create a brand, and we say your brand is Z. It's a test, Z and Z. Now let's send it and see what's the result, and it says that 200 product saved successfully. So let's save this and close everything. No, we saved everything. So I have get all products, and if I send a request, you can see that. Let's maximize it. Okay, you can see that I have this array and I have this product. That's so good. Let's create another one. You can see that even its body is saved. So I saved, let's say, food of dog 1, and it is B, A and B brand. Let's send. Okay, product saved successfully. Let's save it and close. Here, let's send another request in get all products, and you can see that how it is working. That's cool. So let's create another one, and I want to show you that how you can duplicate one of them. So I want to duplicate get all products. So let's right click on it and say duplicate, and it will create a copy of that. So let's rename it, and I say that get product by ID is name of this request, and here I can come here, say it is a get, and it is product slash, for example, 1. Let's send a request. This is an HTTP get, save. Let's send a request and see. Okay, it says that product not found with response of 404. That's right, because let's see the database. We have just ID of 3 and 4. So I test 3, send, and I receive. Okay, you can see that this is working. So let's save and close, and let's create a new one. So let's add a request for our HTTP put. It says an update product, and our method is HTTP put, and let's copy the body from here to be quick, and go to body raw JSON and paste it here, and here we say that updated title and updated brand. So let's see what ID do we have. Okay, we have ID 3 and 4. So for ID 3, I will update it. So here we need to copy the API. So I copy from here and I paste it here, and I say /3. So I created, let's save it. I created a put method with name of update product, and this is its URL, and you can see that I chose put here, and this is its body. So let's update it. It says that 200, that's good. Product updated successfully. Let's get all of our product again to see the result. Okay, for ID 3, it is updated, good, updated, and let's check the time. Okay, 2:08 to 2:11:04. That's so good. It seems that our update ad is also updated. So let's close this and also close this updated. And let's create the final request, which is delete. So I can simply duplicate one of them, and you saw that. So I duplicate update product and duplicate it. Okay, let's rename. This time it is delete. So I will say it is delete product, and it method is HTTP delete. I want to check database. You can see that I have 3 and 4. So let's delete this and see the result. Okay, product deleted successfully with response of 200. That's good. Let's check database. Okay, no problem. And we have ID 4. Let's delete ID 4. Send. Okay, deleted successfully. No database is deleted. And let's check what will happen if we delete this. We know it doesn't exist. So we return product not found in our response. And also the status is 404. That's so good. Let's save it and close it. Now you saw that we created this beautiful collection inside of our Postman, and it will be stored here, and we can, on the future uses, we can simply see this structure and use it. And you can see that, for example, for this post, even its body is saved, and it will help us a lot to working with our web APIs. So this was the whole thing we wanted to know as basics of our Postman and how we can use Postman to work with our project, which is a web API project. After creating our backend project, now it's time to create our frontend project. So I want to create a React with TypeScript. So inside of create React app official document, it is the required command. Let's copy it and go inside of our pet store React18.net project. We created this backend project, and also I downloaded this beautiful kitten image, and you can use any image you want. I simply use this one for my project. So here let's open a cmd or a command prompt and paste the commands, and here instead of my app, let's say front end, and my command is npx create react app frontend -- template TypeScript. Let's press enter and wait for our project to be installed. And our project is installed. So let's open it using VS Code. So I say cd frontend and code dot to open this project inside of my VS Code. That's good. First thing is, let's see the project, and will start our project, and let's wait for it to see the results. Okay, that's it. Now let's work on our project. The first thing is, we don't need some of these files like app.css. I delete it, app.test.tsx, index.css, logo.svg, setup tests, and report web vitals. So I delete all of them, and inside of index.tsx, I delete this line and this line and these comments. Now everything is simple. And inside of app, let's delete everything and create a new functional component. I say RAFCE, and this is coming from an extensions. You can see this below here. It says that creates a React arrow function component with ES7 module system coming from ES7 plus React Redux, React native snippets. Let's press enter and let me show you ES7. You can see that I installed it here, and you can simply use it. And let's say that this app is a React.functional component type, and that's good. So first of all, let's create some styles, and for use styles, I need to use Sass. So let's copy this npm i Sass, and let's open a new terminal, and here I say npm i Sass, and now I can use Sass files. So let's create a global.scss, and here have some global styles, for example, before and after, padding of 0, margin of 0, box sizing of border box, and I change my font family to Arial, and that's it. Also, we can have any general styles we want. For example, for all of my tags, I want tags of A, I want my text decoration to be none, and also for all of my ULs or unordered list, I want my list style to be none, and also I create a wrapper class. So dot wrapper, and for it I use a width of 100% and also a padding of 3 rem. So this will be generally used inside of my projects. Let's format document. By the way, you can see that I'm using Prettier. Let me show you. Prettier is, you can see this is a good code formatter for your VS Code, and you can simply use it and install it. And that's it. So far for global, I think it's good. So I want to use this .wrapper class. So let's create a mixin files also. So I create a mixins.scss, and this is a good idea. You can use it or not, but I always use this mixins, and it is a good idea. So I create a mixin named deflex, like my previous tutorials, and here I create a display of flex, and I create flex directions. For example, let's say row and I need to have justify content of, let's say, center, and align items of center. You can simply use this deflex and it will give you this styles, but I want it to be dynamic, so I simply change it. Look how I doing this. So I say that you have this input of dollar directions, and your flex direction is dollar direction. Also I have an input of justify, dollar justify, and justify content would be this dollar justify. And also let's have another input of dollar align, and we create this. So format. Now you can see that this is a great dynamic mixin that helps us a lot to manage our components. Also I create a new mixin here because I want to use it for my components, and you can use any name. For example, main style is a good name, and inside of it I have a width of 100%. Now I want to use this deflex, and you can see that how cool it is. So I include my deflex with some inputs. The first thing is direction. I say it is a column, and the next thing is justify. I say, for example, let's say flex start, and for line items I can use simply center. Let's format our document, and now it seems that it is completed. So let's close our mixins and also our global. Now let's work on our app. So inside of my app I want to have two different sections. The first thing is a navbar, and the next thing is a wrapper for my routes. So let's comment them to see our structure, and then we need to use a navbar here. So we create a navbar component here, like navbar, like this, and then here we create a division with name of wrapper, and inside of it we use our routes, and that's it. So let's work on this navbar for now. So I create a new folder named components. Inside of it I create a navbar and navbar.tsx, and also a navbar.css. And here let's say RAFCE to create a navbar component. You can say that your type is React.fc, and if you don't write it there would be no errors, but I write it. So here let's say that dot slash navbar.scss, and that's it. So what we need inside of this navbar, the first thing is let's divide into different sections. For example, let's say that we have a brand section, and also we have a hamburger menu sections, and also let's say we have a menu sections. And inside of this brand I simply say that this is the pet store, and inside of this hamburger I want to use icons. So let's work on my icon. I want to use both material UI and material UI icons. So let's click get started and go to installations. You need to install this package. This is 3 packages listed here. So I copied the command from here, and here let's say CLS to clear the screen and install this package. And in the meanwhile, let's see the other package. We need to go to components and material icons. Okay, here I need to use, let me show you, I want to use this menu. So I need to install another package which is slash icon materials. Let's copy, and here we need to use this. So I say npm I slash icon materials. That's good. And inside of this I want to import it. So import something from, we need to wait it to install. Okay, let's wait to install. Okay, installed. So if I try now, @mui slash icon materials. Now I have access to a menu icons, and inside of this hamburger menu I say menu. Let's format. Okay, that's good. And inside of this menu I want to use a UL. Inside this UL I want to use some LIs, and inside these LIs I want to have some links to different pages. So I need React Rotterdam package. Let's install it. Copy npm I React Rotterdam. We need to import the link from React Rotterdam. It is installed. Okay, installed. So quick. From React Rotterdam, we need to use a link. That's good. Format. Okay. Now inside of this LIs, I use a link. That's it. Any link should have a two props, which is our destination. For example, for link to a slash would be my home. And let's copy this li and say also I have a slash products. Okay, oops, products, and its title would be products. And also let's have a products slash add, and say add product, it is label. So let's format document. Okay, now we have three different of them, and let's import this navbar inside of app. So here I say that I want to have a navbar. Does it import it automatically? Yes, imported from this address. Let's format document. And because we are using this link, we need to initialize our project for using React Rotterdam. So let's go to index.tsx, and here I don't need to use this strict mode, and I want to import something from React Rotterdam. I need use browser router, and I wrap this browser router around of this app component. Now let's format. That's good. And now I have this navbar. Let's check the results. Refresh. Okay, it said that cannot resolve index.css in src. Okay, in index.tsx we have problem. Let's check it. Okay, we need to change this because we deleted index.css, and now we have global.css and format document, and let's see the result. Okay, now that's good. You can see I have home, products, and at product you can see the URLs. They are redirecting us to different pages. That's so good. Now let's work on our navbar, and I open this navbar to the right, and I have this navbar, and I want to work on this. So we imported. Okay, let's have a class name of navbar. Okay, let's do it. Inside of this navbar, I want to have a width of 100%, and your height can be, for example, let's say 60 pixels, and we need a background color of RGB of red, green, blue is 24 and 48, and also let's have a color of sharp FFF, and also let's have a padding for top and bottom is 0, and left and right 3 rm would be good, and I want it to be a display of flex, so I can include that deflex, and because of it I need to import mixins. So let's say @import ../../ mixins. That's good. Now I have access to this deflex, and I say your direction is row, and your justify content is space between, and your align items is center. Now let's format document and see the results. Okay, pet store, this hamburger menu, and this menu. So we have three different parts here. So let's create them. .brand and .hamburger and .menu. Okay, this shows us how cool is that navbar. And here I use color of FFF to be sure that it is using color of white. For this hamburger, for now I say your display is none because it's just on my mobile. And for this menu, I say your flex is 1, and also let's have a margin left of, let's say, 2 rem, and format our document, and let's check it. Okay, no, that's good. Now let's use another display flex for this items. So inside of this menu, I have a UL. Okay, and inside this UL, I want it to be flex. So let's copy this simply because it is same. And copy pasting is a good idea when you're working on your code. So I say your justify content this time must be flex a start to be a start from the left. Align item center good, and directional row is good. And also let's have a gap for this UL children. For example, gap of 1 rem. So any LI would have 1 rem of gap. So let's format document and not bad. So inside this UL, I have LI, and inside of LI, I have an A. And let's say that your color is sharp FFF. And for my document, let's see the result. Okay, I think for now it is good, and we can work on this navbar. So we have home, products, and add products. Now let's time to work on this home. So let's close this navbar for now. This is link good. Okay, that's so good. Let's work on the next thing, which is our pages. So inside of this wrapper, we need to have some routes. Let's import the required package. First, we need to import something from React router DOM. And what we need here, we need routes and route because we are working on this version 6. Okay, routes and route. So here we need to have some routes, and inside of this we need to use a route, and a path is a slash, and its component, we need to create a component for this route. So let's do this, and inside of src, let's create a new folder named pages. Inside of these pages, we can have some different pages. Let's create a home folder. Inside of it, creating a home.page.tsx. You can use home.tsx or home.page.tsx. I use this one, it is better idea. And let's also have a home.scss. And that's it. So let's work on here, RAFCE. Okay, we don't need home.page for name. We say simply home. And that's good. So let's import /home.scss, and this home will be the component that is used here. So let's import from page home. Let's format our document. Okay, component, no, this must be element, not component. For its component, we're using this home, but a route has a path and element in this version. So this is the path to a slash. You can see that home.page is here. Now let's work on it. And we said that we have this kitten. I downloaded this kitten. You can use any image. Let's copy this inside of this front end. And now this kitten is here. I create a new folder named assets. Inside of it, I want to use an images folder, and I move this kitten inside these images. Now I can use it. So let's work on them. Okay, split right and minimize, and that's it. So I want this to have the class name of home, and inside of it I don't need this home.page. I say that the first thing is I need an h1 with welcome to Pet Store, and I think that's good. So the next thing is I want to use a button. So let's import something from material UI. Okay, I need to use a button. So let's create a button which has the products list title, and this button has the variant of outline, and its color is primary, and I want to redirect my page to product list when clicking on this. So we need to use something from React router DOM. It is use navigate. So let's say that const redirect equals to use navigate, and that's it. So here I say on click, you need to redirect your user to /products. Let's format document, and I think, okay, that's good for now. And the next thing is this beautiful image. So let's use an image, and for its src, let's import kitten from // assets image kitten.jpg. That's it. So let's use this here, and also for its alt and format document. Let's check it. Okay, that's good. Now let's work on the styles. So I need to work on this .home, and you know that we created a main style inside of this mixin, so I can simply use it. And here first we need to import our mixin, import // mixin, and here we can say that Ctrl+Z include this mixins, and let's use this semicolon format document. Okay, now let's check. Okay, everything is good. And now here let's say that we have this h1 and its color is pure blue 0000ff, and let's have a margin bottom of, let's say, 2 rem. And after this we have an image. So for this image I have a width for example 35 or 350 pixels, and I have a maximum width of 95% to be sure that it will be responsive. And also let's have a height of auto. Let's format. Okay, format document and check, refresh. Okay, welcome to Pet Store products list. You can see that by using product list, I'm going to /products, and also using this products will works. That's good. And now I think our home page is completed. Now let's close this home, and let's work on the next row. We need to use product. So for using products, I simply create a new row, but I want to show you how you can use nested rows. So let's use this type of row, and here we say that your path is /products, and inside of this we can some nested rows for products, and everyone need to have, you know that for any road we have a path and we have an element. Let's comment it. For the first one, which is exactly /products, we can use another thing. Let me show you here. So for that, instead of path, we can simply use index. So this will be the index of /products. And for the element, we need to create a component for this, or better to say that it must be a page for this. So let's create it. Let's minimize these assets, and inside of this page we need to create something to use inside of here. So let's say that inside of page I have my products, and inside of it I have a products.page.tsx and also a products.scss. And that's it. So let's say RAFCE and change this page and this. Okay, now we say that /products.scss need to be imported, and this is a type of React functional component, and that's it. So we need to use the products class for this division, and inside of it let's say that simply we have an h1 which says products list, and format it. So let's import these products here, and I say that this is the products component and format document. Now it is index of /products. So let's refresh, and this time I say products. You can see that I'm going to products list. That's so good. So let's work on these products for now. And again, I want to use some classes like this, so I can simply copy this line and this line. Let's copy all of them from here quickly, and here paste them. So my class is this products. So I change this home to products and delete these, and let's format document. Okay, now let's check everything. You can see that it is in center. That's good. And you saw that we reused our codes with simply copy pasting it, and the syntax is so similar for the other one because we have exactly the main style that are created inside of these mixins, and that's so good. So let's work on the next thing. We need to work on our products list. So we need an state, and let's create a new state. First of all, let's import React from React, or we can, instead of React, we can simply say use state and use effect. You can use anyone you want, and format document. So const products and set products equals to useState, and in the initial time it is an empty array, but we need some types for it. So let's create inside of src, let's create a new folder named types, and I create a global.typing.ts file. You can use any name you want. I just simply use this convention, and here I create an interface. So I create interface of, let's say, I product for my products. I have ID, which is a string. Also, I have title of a string, a brand, which is a string, also a created at, a type of a string, and updated at, exactly the same things that coming from our backend. Let's format document. Now I have this I product, you can see. And here for this user state, I simply say that your type is I product array. So now we have the typing inside of this state, and that's so good. Now it's time to work on our backend. So let's open our backend and start our backend. So let's start it. And starting it will automatically open our Swagger, you know that. So let's check if we have anything or not inside of the database. Okay, empty. Let's create for test string 1, execute, and 2, execute, 3. This is just for test. Execute. Okay. Now let's execute again. Now we have some of them. That's so good. And also, I don't want my Swagger to be open, so let me show you what you can do here inside of these properties, launch setting. You can go to the HTTPS, and here launch browser should be false in order to stop it to be launched automatically. So for this, I will open. You can see that now the Swagger wasn't open, but my project is working. You can see it, and also here you can see that it is working and it is listening to our requests. That's so good. So now let's use Axios because I want to have some requests. So let's open our terminal again, and I say npm I Axios because I want to send some requests to backend and give my data from backend. Okay, it is installing. That's good. So let's working with our backend. I want to have a function and call it inside of this useEffect simply. So I create a new folder named new function called fetch products list, and this is a simple arrow function, and let's make it async to be able to use await. And we simply say that inside of this async method, because we are using async await, it is good to use try catch block, and inside of this try block we say const response is await of Axios dot get. What is the type of this get? The type is, of course, iProduct array. So we need the URL to send to this, and it says we need argument. So you need the URL. Let's copy the URL from the Swagger. Okay, we don't have the Swagger, we need it. So let's change this again to true. Start. It seems that it is not a problem. Okay, it doesn't save true. Open Swagger for us. Thank you. Try. Execute. Okay, this is our base URL. So I simply can use it here like this. But this is not a good idea. Let's create some constant for it. And this is much more better. So also you can use it on your env. But I simply create a constant to show you that how you can use a folder structure here. So I say URL or API or URL dot constant or constant dot ts. This is a convention and you can use any name you want. For example, let's say that export const of base URL equals to this. Now I can use this base URL everywhere, and this is much more better, so it's reusable. So here I say that I want to use a base URL. Does it configure and import it automatically? Yes, that's so good. So let's move this to up and also this. Okay, now I have response of this. You can see that I have this response of Axios.get of products of base URL. So it gives us list of all of them, and then I say set this products set products. Okay, now I say set products and the response that data is this. Let's inside of this error we simply say that you can use alert, because I'm not focusing on the alerts, we are just focusing on the CRUD functionality. So let's format our document. Now I have these fetch product leads, and inside of a useEffect we can simply call it, and you know that we have an arrow function as our callback and a dependency array. This dependency array is empty, so it will be called once when our project is rendered, our component is rendered. So let's simply say fetch product leads and format, and here let's log the products to see it. Okay, now let's go here. Okay, let's see our console and refresh. Okay, we have error. It says that yes, course policy. Let's handle our course error again. So I go to the pipelines, which is in program.cs, and here I simply say that app.use course, and this course has some options to configure, and I say that options dot allow any origin dot allow any method, and also dot allow any header. That's good. Now this must solve everything. Let's save, start. Okay, let's check again, refresh. No, that's so good. You can see that in the initial time the product is empty, then it will send a request to backend and gives the list of them and put them inside a product. Now we have access to the products. Let's comment it. We have access to product inside of our states, and now we can conditionally using it. So let's come here, and after this h1 we can simply check them, and we say that if products dot length equals to 0, let's have something else. So if it is 0, let's have simply an h1 which says no products, else we can have simply a division. And inside of it, we can use a class name of table wrapper. And inside of this, we can simply have a table to show our data. Let's first format document to see our code's much more cleaner. Okay, no, that's it. And inside of this table, let's create a simple table together. We are trying to keep everything simple. So we have a, you know that we have a T head and a T body in HTML tables. Inside of this T head, we can have a simple TR and have some THs for our headers. So the first thing is title. We know that we have a title and a brand and also creation time. Creation time and also update time. And also let's have operations for our rows. So operations is the next thing. Let's format document and see what we have right now. Refresh. Okay, we have them, just we need to add some CSS later. So we have this TR inside of this TH. After this TH, we have this T body, and inside of body for every product, we create a row. So let's open curly braces to use JavaScript again. And let's have a map, you know that product.map will return an iteration for every item of this product. So for every product, for every one of them, I have a product, and for every product, I will create a T row. So this TR will be created for everyone, and let's handle the key in the initial time. And you saw that. Let me delete this. And okay, it is not showing anymore. Inside of this TR, I don't write it intentionally to show you that later. So inside this TR, we can have some TDs. The first thing is title. So I say this is my product.title. You can see that I have everything inside of it because this product is coming from this state, and I have this type of iProduct array. You can see that how cool is it? How cool it is to use TypeScript. So the first thing is title. Next, let's have a product dot brand. Also, let's have a product dot what is the next thing? Creation time. So created at. The next thing is product dot updated at. And the next thing is, because we want to have some operation, we can create a new TD. And inside of this, we can use two buttons. So let's import button. Do we have it? No. Let's import something from @MUI/material. That's so good. We need button. And let's use them. So I need to, inside this TD, I have a button. And this button needs to have the edit. And let's say that your variant is outlined. Okay. And your color, because this is edit, we can use warning. That's so good. And also let's have an x of margin of x of 3 to have a little space between them. And let's copy this, and this time I don't need to use this sx, and I can simply delete it. And this time this is error because I want it to be for the delete. Let's format document and see them. So refresh. Okay, that's so good, but we can use icons, and it's beautiful. So let's work on them and import them from import something from @MUI/icons material. That's good. So I want to have edit and delete. Simply I use this icon. So here for edit, I say you are edit icon, and for delete, I say you are delete icons. Let's format. Okay. Refresh, and now you can see that. How cool is it? Yes. So now you can see this again. I wanted intentionally deleted this key to show you. This is an extension, and I highly recommend it because it helps you a lot to see your console errors and warnings. And you can see that I have my console error here. This is, let me show you here, Ninja. This is an extension named Console Ninja, and it is a good idea to using it. So let's have a key for here, and I say this is product.id. That's so good for my document. And now let's have a little work on our CSS. So I have this products class and I imported product.css. So here, let's say that inside the products, everything is the main style. That's so good. And after it, I have a table wrapper here, this class. I have a division for it to have its category. That's so good. So here I say I have dot table wrapper, and inside this I say your width is 100% and your overflow of X is auto, so it can be avoided to have overflow, and it is responsive and it will have a scroll. So let's have a border for this table wrapper, and I say that this is 1px solid and sharp A, F, A, E, A, and AE again. It seems that we have, okay, you can use any color you want. For example, I want to use this color or any color you want. And this is for my table wrapper. And let's have a box shadow for it. For example, 0, 0, 30 pixel and 2 pixel, and again use this color. Or let me show you a simpler way. C4, C4, C4. Okay, and here let's change it. Or let me show you a much more better idea. You can use RGB of 0, 0, 0, and 0.3. This is much more better. Or let's say mod 1 or 9. No, 1 is good. So I simply use this. And here I will use it for my box shadow again. Format document. Let's check. Okay, now you can see that I have a box shadow and a border. That's so good. And after this box shadow, let's have a padding for this table wrapper with 1 rem. And also border radius would be beautiful. So I use 32 pixels. Format document. Refresh. No, it's much more better, but 32 pixel. No, 12. Okay, now that's better. And after this table wrapper, we have a table tag. Inside of table, we say that your width is 100% of your parent. So this is much more better. And for any TD and any TR or any TH, better to use TH, I say that you have some borders. For example, border of 1px and solid, and let's use C4 or C3. C3 is better. And also let's have a border radius of 6 pixels, and also let's have a text line of center to have everything on center. Let's format and see the result. Okay, let's close this and refresh. Now you can see that everything is better, but let's change this th colors. From here you can use C3 and 80. Let's check the result. Okay, now I think this is better, and I think for styling this is enough. And now you can see that we have this real-time date and time stamp, but this is not good. Let's use moment, and you can see that I can use npmi moment. So let's open our terminal to handle this. npmi moment, npmi moment, and let's close this. Okay, install. No, here let's import moment, moment from moment. And for this one, I cut it and I say that moment of this time dot from no. And also let's copy this and use updated add and delete this. No, let's format. Now we are using moment and it seems that we have a problem. Let's see what is the problem. Okay. Inside of this td, okay, I deleted something and this is the result. Okay, td. Okay, format document. Now everything is good and let's check the result. Refresh. That's so good. So let's close Axios and moment, React Rotterdam, SAS, Suite Alert. No, we didn't use Suite Alert yet. So let's continue. Now we go to home. Now we have this products list. You can see that we have access from here and from here. And here we have all of our products and you can see all of them. Let's create a new product and work on this road. So let's continue and close this for now. And inside of this app here, okay, let's have another. For example, we have a slash products. After a slash products, we need to have a slash products, a slash add. So we can use it like this, and we need a new component. So let's create a new component for it. I need to use a new page. So create a add product. That's it. So we need to create add product dot page dot tsx and let's say RAFCE, delete this page from here. That's it. And let's let's have it because you want to use useState. So let's import dot slash. Okay, let's create add product dot scss and let's copy the name of it. And here import dot slash dot scss. This must be import, not implement. So let's fix it. And this is also a React.functional component. And that's it. Now let's use this add inside of this element, add product format. Okay, now inside of slash products we have add. Let's check everything. So let's refresh and say products. Okay, add product. Now you can see that we are on add product. That's so good. Now let's work on this add product and open to the side. Okay, now here let's use this add product class dot add product, and here we can simply use again that main style we created, main style, and using this convention all of our style would be like each other. So let's import my mixins from dot slash mixins. No, nothing happened because we need to use this add product here. Okay, imported. And for this class name, let's say your class name is this. Okay, no, that's good. Let's import something from the material and work with it. I need to use them. So import something from /mui /materials. I need to use some text fields for my input. So I import text field. Also, I want to use some buttons. So let's import them. And inside of this add product, which is our main class, I create an h2. Says that add new product. And after this h2, let's have a text field. And for this text field, we have a lot of features. For example, the first thing is our autocomplete must be off. We don't need autocomplete. And the label would be brand. And also let's have a variant for it. We have a lot of variants like field outline. I use outline, format document. Okay. After this variant, we need to have value and unchanged. let's first create our structure and then work on them. So the next thing is we need also another one for our title. Also its variant is outline. That's good. And then we need to have a simple division because I want my buttons to be together. So let's create a new division after them and have two buttons. So let's copy the buttons. The first one is a save, and for this button I say your variant is outline and your color is primary, and that's good. So let's copy and paste it and have another one named back, and for this one your color is secondary. Let's format and see the result. Okay, that's so good, but I think we can have some gap here. Let's say your gap is 3 rem. That's good. And why it is not working? Oh, this gap can be here. It is better. Let's cut and this gap can be here, so it will be managed automatically. Okay, home. Okay, products, good. Okay, now we can delete this space from home. Let's go to the home and here delete this margin bottom. And no, that's good. So let's close this home. No, for the styles, that's good. And now let's work on our functionalities. We need to have an state. And you know that we have two different values. So for them, we create a new state. You can use different states, but I use just one state for all of them. So I create product and set product equals to a useState. Let's say React dot useState, and we need to, let me show you here, we need to use just title and brand. Here we have a beautiful thing in TypeScript, can help us a lot, and it is partial. So instead of an I product, let's copy this name. Instead of this I product, it cannot detect it automatically here. Why? No problem. Let's import this I product from // types / global typing. That's good. So instead of this I product, we can simply say you need to use a partial of your I product, and that's so good. And so for this partial, we can use some of them. You can see all of them has this question mark and they are optional. So I say your title is empty and also your brand is empty. This is my initial state. Let's format document. That's so good. So this is our initial state. And for everyone, for example, for this brand, I say your value is my product dot brand, and on change you need to set this. Let's work on this a few seconds later. I want to show you a beautiful way. So for the next one, which is title, your product value is title. So for handling change of them, we can use just one function, and that's much more better. So let me show you how you can do this. So we can create a new function. For example, let's say const change handler or input handler, and this is an arrow function, and inside of this we can simply update our product. So we need to send an object, and the first thing is we need to send the previous product, which is inside of our component, our state. And after this we can dynamically using e.target, we need to receive the event, and we say that event dot target, okay, it doesn't recognize, and here we have an error. It says that parameter is any. So let's working with this event. This event is a type of React.change event, and it is change event of an HTML input element. So the type is event. So for this event we have a target, and this target have a value and a name. You can see that I have a value and I have a name. So I say that event.target.name equals to event.target.value. So using this way, it will handle automatically and it updates our state. So here we can simply use this change handler for both of them. Let's format document. Now you can see that the value and onChange are handled here. Let's go to that product, refresh. Okay, it seems that it is not working. Let's see if we have any problem here. No. Refresh. Nothing is working. Let's check. So okay, this is because we are using event, and when you're using event, we need to have a name inside of our pure HTML. So let's say that your name is brand. Exactly, the name must be this title and this brand. So for this brand, name is brand, and for this title, your name is title. And format document, now it must work. Let's refresh. Okay, now it recognized the name of any input and handle our state automatically. That's so good. Now it's time to work on our functionality. So I want to have a function for sending my request to backend and also have a function for my back. Let's implement both of them. Let's import Axios from Axios, and also let's import something from React Rotterdam. I want to redirect, and this must be importing a hook of useNavigate, and we say that const redirect equals to useNavigate, and that's good. We have done this on previous component. So we need to handle click of command button. So I say const handle. We have two buttons, a save btn, click is an arrow function. Also we have a back btn, save btn and back btn. That's it. So when we are clicking the back btn, we simply redirect our user to /products, and that's it. But when we are working on the next thing, which is handle save, we need to check that if the product, which is our state dot title equals to empty, or product dot brand equals to empty. This is a simple check. You can alert, enter values, and then return. Let's format document. This is just a validation. After this, we create a new object to send to the server. So we say const data of type of partial of iProduct. Using this partial, we don't need to have another one interface or type. So const data of type of partial of iProduct equals to an object, and its brand is the product dot brand, and also its title equals to the product dot title. So let's format document. This is the data I want to send to the server. After this, we can simply send Axios a post method, and for the URL, we can simply use the base URL. We have this base URL, and we can simply reuse it again. You can see that. So After this base URL, we need to send also our data to the server. Then we have .then and .catch. So let's say .then and .catch. So inside of catch, we get error and we simply say an alert of error, and that's it. And else inside of this here, then we can get the response, and we are not going to work on this response, and we can simply redirect our user to /products. Let's format document, and now we have handle save and handle back. Let's work on this on click. So on click, we say that handle save btn. For the next one is for on click handle back btn. Handle back btn click. Format document and let's test. Refresh. Okay. Go home, products list. You can see that I have these. Refresh. Okay, let's go to add products. I say test brand and test title. Let's save. You can see that it is saved and a few seconds ago, but let's change the order of these to be started from newest. We can use them on frontend and or backend. I simply show you that how we can use on backend. On the frontend, you can simply work on, let me show you here on the products. Where is it? Okay, here. You can simply work on this array and reverse it, but we can simply go to the backend and stop our server and go to the controller. So inside of my controller, inside of HTTP get of all here, instead of this, we can say that dot or change the order. So order by descending of q dot created at. Oops, we have error. Q. Why it is using this? Order by descending of q and q dot. We have some issues. Dot. Why it is? Oops. Let's dot to list. Okay. Okay, this is our problem. Q dot created at. That's it. Dot to list async. And no, it is order descending by created at. Let's save, start. Okay, let's check everything here. Now you can see that it is reversed, and that's so good. So let's check this back button. That's okay. Let's create another one. Save. Okay, you can see that we are returning here, but we don't see any notifications or any alert or any knowledge of this creating process. So let's work on it. We need to use a suite alert. So I need to show an alert to my user. So let's copy this npm suite alert 2 and install it. Let's open our terminal, and here npm suite alert. That's so good. And now I want to send something from this add products back to my product list, and if it was anything inside of the message, I show that message. Let me show you inside of add products, and here we are redirecting to products, but this is successful and we need to send a message to another page. There are a lot of options for you. For example, you can use local storage or session storage and save everything inside of it and work on with the other page. But when we are using this React Rotterdam, we have simply a state we can pass with our redirect. So let me show you how we can do this. Inside this redirect, the first thing is our route. After this, you can see that we have some options, and we can say that your state is an object, and in object you have a message. Your message is product created successfully. Let's format our document and see why we have error. So we have this redirect, and the problem is this must be an object. Let's cut it, and we say URL and an object. Inside of object we have a state. This state is another object. We say that inside of it we have this message. Let's format document. Now it seems that everything is okay, and on redirecting we are sending a message inside of a state. Let's grab this and work with it. So we come here inside of this and we need to import something else from my React router DOM. Do we have it? No. Let's import. Okay, let's import something from React router DOM, and we need to import use navigate because we want to navigate on edit and delete also. And also let's have a use location which helps us here. And here we simply first need to use this location. So we have a location which equals to this use locations. That's good. And now let's also have the redirect because I want to use it and use navigate. So you can see that these are two hooks coming from React router DOM, and that's good. Now we can work on these locations, and let me show you here what is it. So let's log location. Let's go here and refresh. No, you can see that inside of location we have hash key, path name, search, and state. For now, state is empty. But if we create something, we said that we have a state. Inside a state, we have a message. So we can work on this message. We installed Sweet Alert, and we can use Sweet Alert. So let's import swal from Sweet Alert 2, and here inside of this fetch after this set products, because when we are loading first this is loaded and we just want this alert to be run after this set product. So after this set product we check if inside of this location dot state, if this state is exist, and let's open this to be sure that we don't have any errors. So if location dot state exists, we say that swal dot fire with an object, and inside this object we say that you have an icon, your icon is success, and you have a title, and your title is something, but this can come from my location. So I say location dot state dot message, and in order to avoid any errors we use this question mark to be sure that we don't have any errors. Let's format document and go here, refresh. Okay, let's go to the home, refresh, and go to product list. Okay, we don't have any alert, but if I come here and let's refresh. Okay, now we have some errors. Let's see what is it. Let's control F5. Okay, sometimes you need to use control F5 to hard refresh. So let's refresh everything, go to add products, create something, and save. Now say that product created successfully. Okay, if I go somewhere else and I come back here to products, there is no alert, but there is a problem. Let me show you. Now this is empty, but if I create something, let's delete, and I come here, it's okay. You can see that I have this state. Let's refresh and see if this state exists or not. Okay, refresh. You can see that we have an alert again because this state is persist, and we need to handle this. So we can simply, after this swal that fire, redirect our user again to delete that. And there are also some lot of options you can do on other ways. We can simply say you are redirecting to location dot path name, and again we can say an option and say that the replace is true. So this will replace this, and the state would be empty. Let's Control F5 again to be sure we don't have any error, and here create something, save. Okay, now we have alert, and now you can see a state is null, and if I refresh we don't have any problem. That's so good. Now it seems that our ad is working properly, and the next thing is working on this edit and delete. So let's work on the edit video. And in order to do this, first thing is we need to redirect when we are clicking on this. So let's create a route for them. For example, you can see that I have add, and I need to have edit.id, edit /.id, and we need to have edit product. So let's create it, and let's go to the pages, edit product. Let's have edit product dot page dot tsx and RAFCE. Delete this page. Okay, you can see that there are something that you can repeat on your all of your components. And also let's have edit post. Edit product dot scss, and let's simply copy all of these lines from here. You know that they're similar, so let's paste them, and let's copy this name. So inside of this edit products, we simply say that import mixin, okay, and your class is edit product. That's so good. Let's close and close this. So inside of edit products, let's import /edit product.scss, and it is exactly like the ad, but we just have another functionality. So let's see how we can copy something from there. So we have this h2, we copy this, and here inside of this div we can say that edit product, and this is a type of React dot functional component, and this is for edit. And now let's go here, and for this edit ID we say that /edit product is my component. We have some errors. Okay, this is not required. Let's format document. Now we have /edit/id. Let's send our product to it. Now we need to, on this edit button, we need to send our user to that page. And you know that we have product and product ID. So on click, we can simply use this. You can see that I have redirect, so I use this redirect here. You can simply redirect your user to a /page. Let's use template literal because I want to send them dynamically. So instead of redirect, I say that backticks, I need my base URL. You can see that I have base URL, and also after base URL, let's say a / and $sign curly braces again to use my product.id. That's it, but this is not really clean. Do you admit with me? So let's create a function for it. I think it's much more better. So I say const redirect to edit page equals an arrow function, and we have an ID input which is a string, and we simply redirect our user to, let's cut all of this redirect from here and also delete this. Let's use this direct here and show you that we are going to /base URL / this ID which is coming from our input, and you can see that it is much more cleaner. And let's copy this line because I want to use for delete also. So redirect to delete, I need it later, so I create it. So redirect to delete ID, redirect to this base URL is wrong, we just need to go to /products /edit and /id. I think this is the right one. So /product /edit /id, that's good. And let's copy and delete and delete. So let's format document. So redirect to products edit, that's good. Now we can send using this. Okay, redirect to edit page. And it says that we have error. Let's format document and see what is our, okay. So I unclick, it must not have any errors. Let's stop our server, CLS and npm start, because SX is good and I have unclick. Okay. Redirect needs an ID. Okay, this is the problem. Redirect needs an ID. So let's say that you need to redirect to edit page and your input is product.id. You can see that this is much more cleaner now. Okay, that's so good. And also let's test here on products, refresh. No, by clicking on edit, we are going to /product /edit /13, good. /product /edit /10, that's so good. So let's work on that. And inside of edit, let's go to edit product. Let's copy something. So I have edit product. And after this, I want to have all of these text fields and this button. I need all of them. So I simply copy them because the business logic is exactly the same. So I have all of them and I need to use product and change handler again. So let's copy them. I need exactly this state from add. So let's import it. That's good. And let's import iProduct. Also, we need to redirect. Yes, and do you need change handler? Of course we need. So let's copy them. And here. The next thing is this use navigate and text field and another thing. So we need use navigate here. And also we need to use text field and button. So let's copy them from here. And we have redirect and change handler. That's so good. So after this, let's see, do we have any error? Okay, handle save btn. Let's copy these two lines because we need to handle these clicks too. But let's comment these for now. Now we have everything. I think format document. Let's check. So refresh, edit. That's so good, but we don't have access to the classes. So I have this edit product. Do we import it here? Edit product, okay. And for this division, let's have class name of edit products. No, that's good, but we need to have a request to server and get the product with this ID and show them inside of here. So let's do this, and I will create a new useEffect here. Let's use, after this change handler, let's say that React.useEffect. In the time of starting, I say that we need Axios. Let's import Axios and base URL. Let's copy them from here. I need Axios and base URL. So let's copy Axios and base URL. You can see that we can simply use them and the business logic is the same. So Axios dot, we say Axios dot, we need a get method, and inside of this get method we need to use base URL /id. So we need the ID. And how we can access to the ID? This ID is coming from parameters. So instead of after use navigate, we can use params, and after redirect, we can say const ID, or you know that when we have something like this, we can destructure it. So I'm destructuring this param and using ID format document. So I want to use this ID. So I say .get, let's use a template literals, $, and base URL slash again ID. So I'm sending axuse.get base URL slash ID, and then I will get the response, and this response is type of I product. That's good. So then I get the response and I say that set product, and here we say that a title equals to the response dot data dot title, and also the brand is of response dot data dot brand and format document. Let's check it, refresh. Okay, now you can see that by calling everything, for example this eggwg, it calls from backend and loads it here. So now we can edit this and send a request again. So we set it onto the state, and using this change handler and values, they will be used inside of these text boxes, and after saving them, we need to send another request. So now let's work on this handler save btn. And if product.title equals to empty, or if title is empty or brand is empty, okay, alert return, that's good. Let's use another data, that's so good. And let's change this. The only change is axuse, the method is http put. So we send axuse.put and the data is the same, but we need to change this URL. So let's copy this because it's exactly like this, and I explain it to you. So we need to send the put method to base URL slash ID of this product and send the data, and then to the response we redirect to products, and the message will be product updated successfully. So you can see how cool is it, format document, and let's test. Okay, let's refresh and let's edit this one, 111 222, save. Product updated successfully. That's so good. And now let me show you a beautiful thing that we can work when we have creation and update. You can see that now are sorting on, everything is sorting on creation time. But let's update, for example, this one, and has something saved. You can see that its update time is a few seconds ago, but we are sorting on creation time. So it can be a good idea to sort everything on update time. And let me show you these options here. You can simply order everything by updated add, and this is another option. So you can simply use this, and it's based on your requirement of project. So let's come here and refresh. Okay, now you can see that we have this a few seconds ago, a minute ago, 15, and if I update this an hour ago, save, you can see that post updated, and we have this an hour ago and a few seconds ago, and you can see that how cool it is. So the last functionality of our CRUD is delete, and now it's time to work on delete. So let's do it quickly, and let's close everything. No, close. Okay, let's go to the app. Here, let's copy this, and I say that another thing is delete slash ID, and we need to create a delete product. So let's go to the pages, delete product. That's good. And inside of it, let's create delete product dot page dot tsx, and RAFCE, delete this page. That's so good. So let's have a delete product.scss. Let's copy the name from here. That's good. And let's import it. Import /delete product.scss. That's good. And for the class name, I say it is delete product. And here, let's simply, like the others, import our mixins. And for the delete product, I simply include my main style. That's it. It is imported. No, let's use this delete product component. And let's format document. Now we have this delete /id, and inside of my product, let's check. We have redirect to delete page with input of id, and it go to that URL. So let's copy this, and on click of this button, we can simply say that on your click, call this redirect to delete page with product.id. Let's format document. Okay, let's check, refresh, or Control F5 to be sure. And let's click on this. You can see that I'm on product/delete/6, and everything is good. And this is very similar to the edit. So we can simply copy the codes from there and go to the delete. Let me show you how we can do this. And I go to the edit product, and inside, let me show you inside of this edit product. Let's copy everything and work on it. So I'm inside of this. Let me show you inside of this. I copy everything. And after this return, let's paste it. And I just need to cut this and delete. Okay. Now in this return, we change this edit product to delete product. And let's import everything we want. I copy simply all of them in order to stop wasting our time, and we delete what we don't need. So after this, let's import them. We don't need import React, and let's delete this edit product. And okay, I think that's so good. Let's say format document, and let's work on them. We don't need this state because we just want to show. Let me show you that I delete these text fields. I don't have an input, and this one I don't delete. I don't want them. Let's change this to delete product. And after this h2, let's show an h4. Are you sure you want to delete this product? Format document. That's good. So we have this button. Yes, delete it. And let's change this handle save. Let's change this name to delete. So this name would be handle delete btn click. And let's change this. And inside of this button, we have something that is, if product, we don't need this product, let's delete. Also, we don't need this data, delete. In Axios, we say that your method is Axios delete, your URL is right, and you don't need this data. And then redirect to products, and messages product deleted successfully. So we copied all of them from the edit and handle them. So let's format document and check it. We don't need this state. Delete this state. We need redirect. Yes, we need ID, and don't need change handler because we don't have any state anymore. And in useEffect, we don't need because we don't working with a state. Let's delete. We have handle delete and handle back. That's so good. Then we have delete product. Yes, h2 delete product, h4, yes, division button, and this button. and format document, and we change this message. So I think this is good. Let's go to the home and Control F5 to be sure everything is fresh. Product. So let's delete one. Let me show you again. I click this one, delete product. Are you sure you want to delete? Let's change the color to red and also change these colors of this button. So inside of delete product, we have some H1 and H2 and H3 and H4 and H5 and H6. For all of them, we say that your color is red. That's it. And also for this delete, we can change this to error. The delete button color would be error format and refresh. Okay, delete product. Are you sure? Yes, delete it. So back is working and delete product deleted successfully. That's so good. Let's delete some of them for test. Okay, delete, delete. Okay, and let's edit this. 111, 111, save. Okay, 111 is on the top a few seconds ago, 28 minutes ago. And let's check everything for the last time. The first thing is reading. We are reading everything. That's so good. And the next thing is creating. So let's add a product, final test, and final test title, save. Post created successfully, and it has here final test title, and its update time is a few seconds ago, so it is on the top of our list, and its creation time. Let's edit it. So I say final test edited, and edited, save, final test edited, edited. That's so good. Let's delete. Are you sure? If I say back, it won't be deleted, but if I say yes, it will delete it successfully. That's so good. So I think the final step can be working on our navbar responsiveness. So let's check this. If I come here, you can see that this has beautiful scroll because we said that you need to have X scroll. And let's work on our navbar. So when I comes here to, let's say, for example, 500 pixel. After this, I want my button to be appeared and change everything. So let's close everything and open our navbars and work on my navbar. So components, let's open this navbar and open this navbar to the side and work on this hamburger and this menu. So this is my navbar, and after this navbar I create a simple media query. So media of maximum width of, it can be 500 pixel or 600. Let's go with 500 and we check it again. So let's copy all of my navbars and edit everything we want. So let's paste all of my navbar, and here this is okay, 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 okay. I don't want to change them. They're all good. And also I don't want to change anything on my brand. That's good. So for my hamburger menu, display would be black. So it will be shown. And let's format document and see the result. Refresh. Okay, now you can see it. And that's good. And also let's say that your margin left is 1 rem, and also let's change the cursor of pointer because we want to click on that. So this is for my hamburger menu. After this, I have this menu and it should change all of its behavior. So let's work on them and let's delete them for now. And let's say that your width is 100 viewport width and your height is 100 viewport height. Also, let's say that you don't have any margin, don't have any padding, and also let's have a background color for it. For example, RGB of This color is also good because it's exactly like the color of my navbar. And let's check it. Okay, that's good, but its position has a problem. So let's say position can be absolute or can be fixed. Fixed is much more better. Let's refresh. That's better. So let's say that your left is 0 and your top is 0 and your z index is, let's say, 3 to be on the top of everything. Let's see it. Okay, now you can see that this is so good. This is what we want. And also, let's go to the UL, and here this time instead of row, we say that our UL must be a column, and everything, I want everything to be in center, and this UL gap would be 3 rem. So let's check, refresh. Okay, that's much more better. But let's have a width of 100 to be sure that everything is in the center of a screen. But again, this is my styles, and you can use any styles you want. So this is width of 100%, and we have a gap. And let's have a position of relative because I want to have a close button. Let's format document and refresh. Okay. And sorry, this must be a height. It is not width. Okay, no, that's good. So let's have another button here. Let's import. Of course, I need to use another button here. So another button or another icon. And let's say that inside of this UL, I have a close, and this close will be used, format document will be used as close button. We don't see anything, no problem. Let's work on it, and let's have a class name for it to work. So class name is close, and I say that this close, where is this close? It is inside of my UL. So let's delete this li, I don't want it, and inside of dot close, which is inside this UL, I say that your display is black because this must be hidden inside of normal UL. So here we say that your display is none, like the hamburger menu. That's so good. So I say display is black and your position is absolute. This is why I use position of relative on UL. And then let's have a top of 1 rem and a right of 2 rem, and let's have a cursor of pointer to have a pointer, and let's have a font size of, let's say, 30 pixel, and format document. Let's see it. Okay, no, that's it. So good. No, we need to have a functionality of when we click on this, it is closed, and when we click on the hamburger, this must be open. So this is really so simple. Let me show you here how we can do this. The first thing is we need to use a state to handle it. So let's say const of a new state, which is open, and set open equals to a use state. Okay, we need to import use state from React. Let's import use state. So this is a use state of type boolean. Oops, what's this? Boolean. Okay, and what is the initial value? It is false. That's it. This is the first step. The next step is when we clicking, we need to have a function. So let's say that const toggle navbar. It is an arrow function, and we want this toggle navbar to work only when we are on this situations 500 pixel. So we can simply check it with our window dot inner width, and we say that if your inner width is less than 500, you can toggle this set open using not of this open. So if it's open, please make it to false, and if it's false, make it to true. So format document, no, this is my toggle navbar, and I want to use on this close. So I say that on click, you need to call this toggle navbar. And also for this menu, we can use this on click, so both of them will work. Let's format document and test it. So let's click on it. Okay, you can see that something is happening. Let's open my navbar. Okay. When I clicking it, it isn't showing, but I want to show you that how we can make it work. So we are editing this state. So let's log this open and let's go to the console. Okay, you can see it is true false. That's good. So based on this state, we can change the style of this menu automatically. So let's say that const of menu style is dynamic, and if it is open, it is menu open. This class is a string of menu open. Else it is just menu. And let's use this menu styles for this here. Now it is dynamic. And if I format document, I come here, refresh. By clicking this, it must change now. Let's check, refresh. Inside of a navbar, I have a menu. Okay, menu open, menu open, menu. That's good. So the next part is, let's see that. Here, we can use a simple trick. You know that your width is 100 viewport width. So let's say that your left is minus 100 viewport width. On the other hand, when you have menu open, you can simply handle it using dot open. Here you can say that your left is 0. Let's format document. So if it's open, its left is 0. Let's check if it's working or not. Okay. Let's go to the home page. Refresh. Now you can see that it is good, but let's have a little transition. This is not beautiful. So for this menu, you can use it top here or button here. There's no difference. Simply, I can say that for this menu, I have a transition of all 3.2 and a line here. Let's format document. Refresh. Okay, now you can see that how cool it is. And home, products, and add products. But the problem is no problem. But I want when I click on them, this menu closed. So let's see how we can do this. We can use this on click again on every li. So for this li and this li and also this li, and format document, and let's check, refresh, home, that's good, product, coming to product list, and add product, and that's so good. And if I come to here after 500 pixel, this will change, and now you can see that how cool it is. So I think everything is working now, and you saw that we implemented full CRUD functionality inside of our project. And let me show you my routes again. We have a structure, and this structure may seem simple, but this is a standard structure of nested routing, and this routing is working on real-world enterprise project. So this was the implementation of our CRUD functionalities on our front-end project, and I hope this tutorial helps you, and let me know if there is any opinion or any comments or any issues. And subscribe to my channel please, and like and comment this video, and let me know if there's any tutorials you want to see. Thank you, have a good time, and goodbye.